All right, so now what we need to do is basically make our goose situation work. Okay, so I just want to double check one thing real quick. So animator, okay, player near. That's the name of the variable. I just got to remember that. Okay, so we're gonna go back here, and what I want to do now is go to my scripts, and we want to open up the enemy controller script. So basically, we have to make a couple adjustments to this. We have to set up an animation controller here. Some code to control the animation, as well as also make it so that the detection works. Because right now our guy was bigger. Yours could be smaller too, so you never really know. So we're gonna make this bigger, and I just need to right off the bat go down to where we detect the player. And right now it's looking at 1 unit, so I just got to look to see how many units that needs to be. So I'm gonna go back here actually, and let's once again go to let's look at my prefab. Let's go to the enemy. I'm going to open the prefab, and I'm going to see if I can tell, go to scene, how many units that is. Gosh, I can't really, if I do 2D, I'll be able to tell if it's 2D? Not really. It's not showing me. Oh, wait, here we go. Can I change the grid to X? Nope. To Z? Nope, that's not helping. Okay. So we'll turn that off. All right, I can't really tell how many units. It's not really, I was hoping I could get an idea of how many units that is, but I was hoping the grid would show up here, but it's just showing up down there, and can't really tell from up here. If I do this, okay, we're on ISO. Okay, that helps actually. So in an ISO view from above, it looks like we're going from the center. Whew, it's pretty far. That's like 1.5, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 2 units just to make it easier to work with. So I'm gonna do 2 units is what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna turn this back to perspective, and then we can get back out of here. I was just trying to see if I could tell by looking at that. Yeah, I don't know. So right here where it says detect player, we did the raycast, blah, 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 forward, and then 1. That's the number of units that's going forward. So I'm just gonna put 2, and we're gonna save that, and I'm gonna go back to Unity. I just wanna make sure this is working first, because otherwise there's no sense really in making any of the other things function properly. So give it a second here. And this is dumb. Come on, do your thing. All right, I'm going to pause it till it loads. That definitely took longer than it should have. So this might be different for yours. You might need to do a larger or smaller number. I'm going to grab the first person controller. I'm going to scroll down, and I want to just keep track of player health. And I just want to see that it's going down and that it makes sense. So that's literally all we're doing right now. It's just making sure that that is indeed taking my life away. I could care less. Okay, 90. Looks like we got banged up here. It's like popping me up. Okay, let's go over here. All right. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, these guys are like slippery. Slippery little thieves they are. Okay, that looks like that's working. I think that they're hitting me. I think 2 is fine. Got to figure out why they're popping me up. I think that because they're so small, they're pushing me up. So anyway, but they're definitely able to take health away. That was all I was after. So now I know that that part's working. So what I want to do now is just add the parts that I need to make the animation part. First thing I need to do is get access to the animator component. So we'll just put, let me see what part, right here is where we're loading up things. So we'll do private animator, and then did I do that right? Is that spelled right? Animator. Yeah, okay. And then we'll just call it enemy anim and semicolon. Okay. So that'll be our animator. And then on awake, we want to go ahead and find it and attach it. So we're going to do enemy anim, and then we'll set it equal to get component. And it's not get component, because if you remember when we made this now, the let me open the prefab. The enemies here, the scripts on this guy, it's the animators on the model underneath it now. So it's got to be get component in child. I think that's what it's called. Get component in child, and then we want to get the animator like so. Oops, like that. Boom. Okay, so we're going to get the animator by getting the component in child, and we want the animator, and that's just going to be called enemy anim. And then on update, we're literally just going to go ahead and do, what do we want to name this? I guess we'll just call it enemy animation. Enemy animation. We're just going to make a function called enemy animation. And that will be that. And then what we're going to do is make a function that will hold all of our animations, all 2 of them. And we're just going to do public void enemy animation, and doesn't have anything. And all we're going to do now is literally set a very simple thing. So it was what? Enemy anim, that was the name of the animator component, dot set, and it's going to be bool, because remember, we had made that bool that's just going to say whether the player is near. And so we have to set it to, and I forgot already, let me see, animator, and it was player near. Okay, that's the name of it. So it's going to be quote player near, and then we're going to give it what value, and it's going to be player present. So literally, we're just going to say whether the player is present, and that's all we need to do, because that one trigger is going to say whether it's on or off, and that's it. Like, that's all we should have to do. So we'll save that, and then we'll go back to Unity. It'll probably take a while to load, so I'm going to pause it while it's loading. All right, and then we'll hit, oops. Oh, it says we have an error. Let's see, console clear, and it says get component in child. Get component in child. Okay, so that must not be how you write it. I forget what the thing is. So let's go back here. So it's not get component in child. I was just guessing. Get component in child. All right. It's not child. It is children. So I'm a big idiot. I was close. All right. Well, that's what happens when I'm not really prepared. All right. So save that. Go back in here. Let it load. I was just, I don't know. I should have thought children. Anyway, let's see. Hopefully don't get the error this time. I thought it was wrong, to be honest, because something about it looked wrong, but I wasn't really sure. So, all right, good. Now we'll hit play, and hopefully the animation should work correctly, because we're not really doing anything too fancy here. And we just want to make sure that when they get near us, where are they? Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he definitely whacked me a good one there. So you can see, there he goes. Yep, whacks, whacks, whacks. When they get close, and then you can see, man, I don't know what's going on with them popping me up like that. But you can see that they are definitely attacking. Okay, so looks pretty good. And now, I don't know what's going on. I wasn't having that issue earlier. I don't know what that is. I don't have to figure that one out. But other than that, we're good. So now the enemies are doing what they're supposed to. They're trying to hit me with their terrible duckness. All right. All right. So that's it. Yay. Just save what you got. So I'm going to save this. And then, yeah, then that's it for this week.